Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. I don't want to discourage anyone from actually watching the show. I do feel like if you watch the clips, maybe you would prefer watching it that way rather than sit through the whole thing. Something about this show felt very boring. The 2 hours felt like it dragged for way longer than 2 hours. I just didn't like how things were put together, and there was a couple of things here where it was just like, who believes this? No one believes this. We did actually start off with the Hurt Syndicate. So Shivani had introduced them to come out, and he's giving a little introduction, and MVP does the Lord's work and tell him to get the fuck out the ring because we don't need an introduction from you, Shivani, and rightfully so. Now he goes on and say wonderful things about each members of the Hurt Syndicate, and then he goes on to say, if we give you a car, just know that you would go on to bigger and better things if you accept it. And if you don't, then they should end up showing the video of what happened with Swerve last week. And apparently Swerve didn't like that. So Swerve comes out with a whole bunch of security guards and Prince Nana, who just happened to have a coffee cup and a whole bag of Prince Nana's coffee to make sure that everybody who's watching can see that he has coffee for you to buy. Absolutely hilarious. Long story short, Swerve ended up saying that he wants to go against Bobby Lashley at Full Gear. I'm excited for this. This storyline, I feel like, I don't expect to see anything really, really quickly from this, but the matches that we've been getting from, with Swerve being with Shelton and then now Bobby, I think this is going to be really, really huge. So definitely one of the matches I'm looking forward to for the next pay-per-view. So now we're starting off with our first match. We do have the Death Riders. So it's not BCC 2.0 like I've been saying because I had no clue what their names were. But it is the Death Riders. And I like it. It makes sense with Moxley. However, Claudio, what the hell was Claudio wearing? He got this new jacket and he has like papers like glued or something to the jacket with words on it. I don't know what that is. Whatever. He took it off anyway, so that was good. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are teaming up to go against Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. They come out there and they end up having a match, which I thought was okay. Orange Cassidy, for whatever reason, even though people are feeling like he might turn heel or just be a little bit more aggressive, I personally don't see him being more aggressive in the ring. He's wearing darker denim colors, which is supposed to signify, be significant to something. Not really sure at this point. I don't think I've seen actually a change from Orange Cassidy. I just feel like it's just the same old thing that you get from him. So honestly, I'm bored. Now, at some point where it actually looks like the Babyfaces are going to take the win, Marina just walks into the ring and kicks the referee out the motherfucking ring. And then Moxley get in there. And now it's a whole attack. Orange Cassidy and Darby's getting attacked by the Death Riders. And at some point, Claudio was manhandling Darby like he was just like he had no human life and it was just some lifeless doll throwing it around, giving him an uppercut. I mean, like, Darby looked like he had no life in him. Now, they bring Orange into the ring and they're attacking him and they want Wheeler Yuta to also attack him. He's just standing there. Moxley had to slap him up a little bit and shake him and hug him and everything. It's like, bitch, you're supposed to be stomping him out too. Now, we do have Wheeler who looks very conflicted. And before anything can truly happen with Wheeler getting his hands on Orange Cassidy, that's when the Conglomeration, where were y'all? I have no clue, finally came on out there to save them. And even when they started running out to the ring, Wheeler Yuta still looked out of it. Like he's looking at Orange Cassidy, and then they had to tell him bitch, let's go. The Conglomeration is here. And he ended up leaving with the rest of the group. And that pretty much opens the door for the next match. Now, before this match starts, we do have Renee Paquette, who is backstage with Ricochet, trying to find out who the hell is going to be his mystery tag team partner. Then the whole Hurt Syndicate come out there. Ricochet is already wearing a suit, not necessarily matching with the group. And they're just checking him out to see what this little suit giving. And it almost kind of I think they really wanted you to feel like it's possible that it's one of these guys that's going to be teaming up with him. But I didn't believe that for 1 second. Now, here we are with our next match. It is a Fight Without Honor match. For anyone who is not familiar with Ring of Honor, it's pretty much a hardcore match. Now, we had the Conglomeration, Pastor Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Ishii going against the Learning Tree. Over it, absolutely over it. Look, I don't want to tear them up, but the truth of the matter is when you do hardcore matches, the less people involved, the better. This match was a lot of them trying to have big spots, and a lot of these spots was, I'm gonna wait till so and so is ready so we can do this. I cannot stand that. I don't know why everybody for multiple big spots in this match was just not ready, and you can just see them just waiting. I don't like that. I am huge on, if you have something to do in the ring, if you can't execute it, don't even do it. It's fine. Don't do it. Do what you can do. Not trying to get oohs and ahs out of everybody and looking pretty stupid. I'm sorry to say I can't do what they do in the ring, but if y'all can't be in sync and have that chemistry, then forget it. So for me, I couldn't really get into this match. So it is what it is. Conglomeration end up taking the win, and honestly, I don't care. This is skippable. I think this is very skippable. Now after this, we do have the Death Riders. They're on their way out, and they stop in front of the camera, and Moxley goes on to say, Orange, Wheeler Yuta don't owe you a damn thing. Just because he was homeless and you let him sleep on your little couch don't mean that he owes you something. And honestly, that's kind of true. And he started saying things about Darby Allin, about how they had hope for Darby Allin. And he's saying these cryptic things that kind of don't really make sense. I don't know where they're going with it. They're back to kind of these promos where it's just like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm going to stay out y'all way. Really interesting. They end up leaving. Matter of fact, the whole time, Marina is staring at the camera. And I don't see anything other than Marina, because that look that she's giving in the camera, it looks like she can kill you through the screen. Holy shit. She looks menacing. My issue with the whole thing with Marina, I don't have an issue with her being in a group. It's her not doing anything within women. There's no women that are Team AEW to be going against her or nothing. She's just being a badass with the group. But how does this help her in terms of as a female talent amongst the other female talent? I have not seen a payoff with that yet. All right, so now, oh man, Adam Cole, he has his second match out of 3 that will determine if he will face MJF at Full Gear. He's going against Malachi Black. And he beats him. Adam Cole beats Malachi Black. Look, I'm just going to be serious because, you know, I like to clown on some of these guys. Adam Cole, talented. His ass been gone several times with injuries. And I feel, in my opinion, hasn't made a huge impact in AEW. We have Malachi Black, who is super talented. Honestly, hasn't made a big impact in AEW simply because I don't feel like the company has really tried to push the House of Black members as individuals and as a group as well. And for whatever reason, Adam Cole come back after getting his ankle shattered and replaced by some deceased person's leg bone and all this stuff, comes back and he beats Buddy Matthews on one night and then beats Malachi Black another night. None of this shit is believable at all. Now, throughout this match, we do have Kyle O'Reilly, who's watching from back there. I guess now that the Undisputed Kingdom are the good guys, he's feeling conflicted as well in terms of, do I want to be with Orange Cassidy bitch-ass group, or should I be back with the boys? Go back to the boys. You won't regret it. Now, Adam Cole and Malachi, the match I think was decent, but I just feel like I'm looking at Adam. He looks yellow. I don't know what that's about. I hope he's all right. Another thing is, he looked winded at some points of the match where he just seemed like he's trying to catch a breather or two. And for me, I'm looking at Malachi and I'm just like, I see better from Malachi than from you. And to see Adam Cole take the win, something about that just didn't sit right with my soul at all. Now, after this, he goes to shake his hand, goes to hug him and everything. That moment was a clear indicator to me. I don't know about y'all now. I'm not confirming anything. But that moment right there was that I just had my last match. I'm just doing the service over here. I already got paid. The checks had cleared. So I'm just doing my due diligence and doing something before I head on out the door. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Malachi looked like that was his last motherfucking match. And if it was, I would not be surprised. If he left, I would not be surprised, because what have you done with someone like Malachi Black? Not a damn thing. And it's so disappointing. If that was his last match, I'm not feeling that at all. After Adam Cole say nice things about Malachi, then he goes on to and say that, well, I just won my second match. If I win my third match and Roddy also win his third match, I already called Tony Khan, and Tony Khan told me if we both win 3 matches, then it'll be a triple threat match with MJF, Adam Cole, Roddy at Full Gear. And nobody want to see that. Nobody even want to see you versus MJF at this point. And now they're going to give us a triple threat. Tony Khan, I'm over it. Now, obviously, MJF is not happy to hear about this. So he gets on wherever MJF is at. He looks like he has some haunted house. It don't even look like something he would live in. I don't know. He calls somebody and he goes on to say, oh, I need you to pay somebody a visit. Okay, we'll see what that's about. Now, here we have Renee Paquette. She back there with Jay White. And then here comes Adam Page. They get into a scuffle, make it out from the back to the stage, to the ring. Hangman rolled from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring to roll out. I don't know what that was about. Whatever. Juice even came out there to help his bro. And I don't know. Something about this I'm just not feeling. And I think the reason why I'm not into it as much as I would have been is because they had a match at Wrestle Dream, a match where they only had like 10 days, not even a full 2 weeks, to really give something between Hangman and Jake currently. I'm not talking about anything outside of AEW or anything. I'm talking about currently. They didn't even have 2 weeks to put something between the two of them before Wrestle Dream. And now all of a sudden they want you to feel happy about seeing them again in the next pay-per-view. And all I'm getting is Tom and Jerry vibes ever since then. And honestly, I don't care. I don't care about this. Now, even more drama. We have Statlander, who is coming into the building, and Renee is talking to her. Statlander, this is probably the worst outfit I've ever seen you in, and she always looked fly. I don't know what this was. And as she's walking away from Renee, all of a sudden you hear a car crash, and then boom, you see an SUV. We see Statlander on the floor. Her luggage is down on the floor. Thankfully, she didn't get hit. Camille happened to miss a whole entire person with a car. What the hell? So they get into a scuffle and they end up slamming CEO onto the car. This whole thing is to get everybody excited between Statlander and CEO for Full Gear. And honestly, I'm feeling it. We end up seeing what happened with that. After this, Christian, our stepdaddy, comes out with Kip Sapien and Mama Wayne. Nick Wayne was over there too. And long story short, he says that there was a whole bunch of security guards there too. Long story short, he goes on to say that, we welcome in Kip Sapien to the patriarchy. I realized that after a couple of months of him and I just running after each other, it's because that he was trying to protect me, and he has done more for me than my actual son has. And Nick Wayne just looks so jealous. He ends up hugging Kip Sapien. This whole thing really is to call out Hook, and Hook comes out there. Hook says like 2 words, and honestly, Hook, oh my God, like this tough guy persona thing that you think you're giving, it's not giving that at all. I'm just not feeling it. I just don't care for it. Now, Christian goes on to say, oh yeah, I attacked your dad. Your dad knew I attacked him. Why didn't he tell you that it was me? If anything, I think your dad know that you need a dad like me to guide you. And honestly, I wouldn't mind taking you under my wing. Now, if Christian took Hook under his wing, honestly, that may or may not help. I don't know what we can do for Hook at this point, but this storyline is boring. Now, after Hook goes on there trying to attack everybody, he does get his ass whooped, and what's new? We do have Uncle Don back there. That scar is getting more defined, more red every single time we see Uncle Don, which is very interesting. While he's over there doing his little interview with that guy who does the interview that I can never remember his name because he's hardly over there, to be honest with you. somebody comes over with an envelope with cash, a big, tall, black guy with dreads. I've never seen him before, but he looks like a wrestler. And I'm just like, oh, but baby, who are you? He ends up giving an envelope full of cash and even a ring box, and he opens it. And then he goes, oh, I got a message for you. Then we hear that it's MJF on the phone. MJF pretty much is saying that he needs somebody to take care of Adam Cole, take a little problem for him. And Uncle Don got no problem. He goes, well, if you get the job done, there'll be more money for you. So later on, they end up announcing that it's going to be Takeshita versus Adam motherfucking Cole. Tony Khan, I don't know. I don't know why anybody would think that this is a good thing if Adam Cole will be booked to win this. Over it. After this, we do have the ladies in action. Jamie Hayter versus Penelope Ford. They didn't do not enough to build this up to make anybody feel happy about this. There's just something very lackluster in this story where it was just like, all right, the match finally happened. Let's just get this out of the way. Jamie Hayter ended up taking the win. I did think we saw some good things from both of these ladies, but honestly, I just didn't see why this needs to happen. I don't think anybody was really excited about this, but at least we had some ladies in the ring tonight. Tony Khan. Now, after this, we do have a video about Okada. This is pretty much to get you behind that we're going to have the Continental Classic soon, and I'm so excited. This should be the week after at least starting on the Dynamite after Full Gear. So I'm excited about that. The whole thing made Okada look really, really great. So I'm happy about that. I can't wait to see who all is going to be in that tournament. Now, on to the main event. We have our boys, Takeshita and Kaya Fletcher. Kaya Fletcher, he's looking good. I mean, the outfits, I can't say is great, but he looks great. Now, they're both going against Ricochet and a mystery partner of Ricochet. Everybody and their mama was like, it's Mark Davis. And they surprised us by it being Powerhouse Hobs. Now, I did not expect this because it felt more like it was going to be Mark Davis. And then when we finally get a chance to see who it is, before we saw who it was, Ricochet says that this person was part of the Don Callis family, and they end up, their contract with Don Callis expires, some shit like that. And I was just like, wait a minute, Mark Davis never joined the Don Callis family. So there they go, having Powerhouse come out. Powerhouse Hobbs is big, black, and jacked. Lord have mercy. I'll tell you what, I know he was injured with that leg injury or whatever, but he ain't skipped a day at the gym. He looks great. He had this really deep green color with gold. Oh man, he looked absolutely amazing. They gave us a really great main event. And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, well, you know what? If the Don Callis family team loses, they'll just pin Kyle Fletcher and just, call it a day. And they did not. They have Ricochet pinned Takeshita. What are we doing? I just don't. This is why I was saying, like, after we sat through a lot of foolishness throughout the show, you had Takeshita get pinned. Why are we putting over Kyle Fletcher over Takeshita in the situation? Is this just so that they can get the whole situation between Takeshita and Ricochet going for Full Gear, even though they have not yet announced it? Maybe. But to pin the champion, I don't think it should have ended like that. Now, obviously, we have drama after the match, and rightfully so. So now we have drama. We had Fletcher, he ends up attacking Powerhouse Hobb in the knee, right where he was already just injured, just came back from. And then he goes on to about to hit Ricochet with the Tiger Driver 91. And here comes Mark Davis. Mark Davis, this is the third time I'm seeing you, and you just looking like you don't got no stylist, like you don't got no wife at home to tell you not to wear that on national TV. What is going on? Now, he's also kind of seeming... He's trying to break things up, but trying not to get into it with Kyle Fletcher at the same time, because that used to be his bro or whatever. And before anything can really pop off between Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher, here comes Lance Archer and Brian Cage getting a little TV time. And I'm just like, Brian Cage looked like a completely different person. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Lance Archer, he's there, whatever. He's getting a little TV time too. And then just to make things a little even, I guess, William Ospreay is back. William Ospreay came on out there, and he went to go hit the hidden blade on Kai Fletcher, but Kai Fletcher rolled out just in time, and the Babyfaces are standing tall over it. So after I was kind of bored with pretty much the whole show, to be honest with you, having Takeshita be the one to get pinned, I thought was the wrong move. And to be honest with you, Takeshita is a champion, and I think they should try to protect him, whether he's a babyface or not. And while I'm saying that, Takeshita is actually being a true international champion by defending the title at other companies in other places in the world, which is important. And throughout this whole show, I waited to hear them say that Takeshita will be at Fighting Spirit for New Japan on Friday, and they never said a motherfucking word. How y'all doing this to your champion? I just don't understand what the hell is going on. Like, y'all should be making him a bigger deal than what you guys are presenting him to be. He has a title, and he's actually working hard, even outside of AEW, to defend this title. And y'all don't even say anything to at least promote him being a champion and representing your company while he's elsewhere. I don't like that. Tony Khan, it's not always going to be a perfect show, whatever, but we got to do better in terms of marketing these wrestlers. They work really hard, whether if they're in the AEW ring or outside of an AEW ring. We got to have better shows than this. Thank you guys for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with a review on Ring of Honor. See you guys then. Bye.